Welcome back to the game. We got new cool smashers in town with us today. Pero bago natin pag-usapan yan, let's take a look back at the Choco Mucho experience with Bea De Leon and Denden Lazaro-Revilla here on the show. Joining us via Zoom. Hello, Bea. Hello, Den.
Hi,
Hello.
hi everyone. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for making time for us. I know you guys are, now that Den is back in town, I'm sure you guys are deep in training, but we'll talk about that a little later. Bea, I'll start with you. Was there anything more emotional than this decision that you have to go through, knowing what you had, the experience that you had with Choco from the start? Obviously, the highs and lows, the peaks and valleys, the injuries, and then making it to the finals, and then the decision to leave. Tell us through how'd you get through this roller coaster?
Um, well, I think in terms of my career, starting from college, I think this has been really the toughest decision I had to make. Again, especially emotionally. As you guys know, I have been with Choco Mucho since it started, and I've been with those people for a very long time. And even those that came in later on, obviously we developed some type of relationship. And honestly, it's those people that made the team, and it's the people that make a place for me. So yeah, every time I went back and forth with the decision of whether or not to push through with the decision, it was that thing that kept making me rethink everything. That emotional attachment that I had with the people there and the whole team. And it was, we were finally there, we were finally in the finals, and I was really weighing things out, whether or not, I feel like, to be completely honest, I feel like for Choco, it's just a matter of time and just a matter of when.
Yeah.
I still do believe in them, definitely. And yun, it was such a roller coaster of a decision, but ultimately, I do believe was best for me. So, well, there, now I'm here.
Just to piggyback off that, then you take a look at how much you've grown as a person alongside everyone with Choco Mucho throughout your entire life. You've hit a lot of milestones in your own personal life alongside these group of people. Leaving this must have been very difficult also as well. Pero emotionally speaking, what were the things that you had to go through once you realized, okay, this decision had to be made, will be made, and of course, we're going to be moving on from this situation?
Siyempre mahirap rin for me, lalo na I was really hoping to retire na with Choco Mucho eventually. As in, for the long run na talaga yan. But, siyempre, there comes a point where I have to think for my own growth.
Of course.
And parang, I think it was time na rin for me to move on to something different.
Right.
Choco Mucho has been home for the past 3 years for me. But yun nga, kailangan talaga mag-move out of your comfort zone para mahanap ko ulit yung sarili ko.
All right, and we'll definitely talk about this new environment of yours in a bit. Then I'll get back to you. Let's talk about this run first.
Yep.
Here, nung last conference, I mean, take us back to when you thought that we had something special this conference. I know you and I had a very personal conversation at 7 a.m. in the morning talking about Coach Dante and how things just were a bit different. The approach was different, and you knew that there was something special. It came after the next conference, but 10-1, going to the finals, going up against Signal, which, by the way, has a history of also kicking you out in terms of, di ba, sa mga series. So tell us when you thought na parang, okay, we can go all the way to the finals with this team.
Itong conference na itong nakaraang conference, we really felt na we could achieve something na, given the short amount of time. A year is short, very short for a new system sa team, yung
Right.
system ni Coach Dante, para ma-apply namin yun in a span of a couple of months.
Right.
Pero itong conference na to, parang nafe-feel na namin na parang kaya na eh. We believed in the system. We always knew we had the people, the tools to win. Parang it's just really coming together at the right time. Parang the past conferences kasi, even past years, parang hindi lahat sabay-sabay yung magandang laro.
Right.
Itong conference, lahat nag-click na eh. Lahat were on the same page. Everybody understood what Coach Dante wanted us to apply during the games. And yeah, it was just really playing as a team.
And just to piggyback on that, Bea, we take a look at clicking at the right time. Siyempre, there were injuries that the team had to overcome. There were times wherein, you're wondering if this group could come together, as mentioned, at the right time. At what point did you feel that the right time was? Na, okay, this is the team that could make it all the way.
From the very beginning, from the start, even before Coach Dante, I knew that that group of people was special. It was never a question about that, these people that were in the team. It was just, again, what Ate Den said. It was just a matter of how we would get there, the road to getting there, to finally coming together and playing our game, coming together as a team, and finally bringing out all of the potentials of every person at the right time. So yeah, for me, honestly, though, with it, the whole season was just really a game at a time. At first, it was really like, okay, you know what, 1 game, 2 games, 3, and then became 3 games, and you're like, oh, maybe there's something na. And not until by the semis, I knew we were gonna get to the finals. But the whole of the eliminations, it was really like, I wonder how far we were gonna go.
It's interesting that you say that, Bea, because you did lose the first game of the semis, right? Against, again, a familiar foe in Signal. But are you saying that there wasn't a doubt? You just believed that you were going to come back in that series to go all the way to the finals?
Oh no, no doubt for me.
Nice.
I knew that when we lost to Signal, the hope there was that we didn't lose in 3.
Right.
We already knew that we could have done it. It was just, and the good thing was we were the problem. We knew what we had to do. We just weren't able to execute, and we saw that we could have, but again, we fell short. And at that time, it was really just a matter of getting over that hump, that last test, I think, for the team to really push ourselves. But from the semis, I knew I was pretty confident. No anything against Signal. Again, they've done us many heartbreaks. They're a very deserving team, but I believe in my team, and I believe in every single one of them and the people there, that no matter who was there, we were going to be able to deliver. And we saw how things were coming together, and we saw how we played. And again, for me, it was just a matter of character at that part of the semis. When we come to these points of the game, it really boils down to that. It's 50-50 for me, 50% the skill, 50% the character. And it was really just a judgment for our character at that time. It just had to click just that once. And it did, thankfully, after going through a couple of talks and training for the next games down the road, and then we did deliver naman.
Yeah, and going into that final series, no player has made it into the PVL finals sa grupo ninyo. And Bea, I just wanna ask you really quickly, given yung tenure mo with Choco Mucho, just can you describe the pride, the fight? Kasi the fight was incredible during the finals, especially now that you're looking back at your entire time moving on to a different team.
You were actually ahead in the series.
Yep.
In the 2 games. I'm sorry to bring it up, but those are the things that you learn, right? In a series like that these games that escape you.
Yeah, for me, this group of people that finally made it to the finals, again, it was really special for me. It was the same group of people that struggled, the same group of people that went through 7th place, 4th place.
Right.
a change in system, a change in everything, honestly. And for us to finally be able to get there, was so special to me. Even if we fell short a bit, but we've come so far from where we didn't even know where to start. We
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. We had no idea what was wrong, what was right. We really had zero clue. Like, it was such a roller coaster of things that happened. And again, for that group of people na sa totoo lang napamahal ka na lahat, pinagdaanan nyo na, and through being in that very bottom,
Right.
when all of those people actually have been used to being at the top, it was so hard. But at the same time, when we finally got there, I couldn't help to just be happy to be in the finals.
Yeah,
Like, honestly, obviously we tried to win,
Of course.
but
Yep.
just being there was such a blessing. I couldn't help but smile the whole time, and I don't know, it just felt so special again. Well, partly I guess because I knew it was gonna be my last, but
Ooh,
but really,
okay. We will dig into that in a bit.
We're gonna go into that in a bit. Girls, don't go away actually, because that's a perfect segue. Because right after this, we'll talk about their move to Creamline when we return. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all the time. Download Pilipinas Live now.